Hey everybody, I'm John. I collect cards. I hope you're all doing well. It's Monday and it's St. Patrick's Day, so I hope you're having a fun Monday in that regard. But it's in addition to St. Patrick's Day, it is NCAA tournament time. And so for this video, I'm actually kind of running with an idea I sort of had after watching Mike Baseball Collector's video from a few days ago, where he kind of posed a question to us, asking, I think it was from his brother actually, that he kind of relayed to us, asking if we could have all the cards from a particular year, what would that be? Baseball, I'm assuming it was baseball cards, but maybe it was all sports. I actually can't remember that piece, but I'm going to run with baseball. And so, that's kind of a hard choice probably for a lot of us. Maybe for some it's relatively simple. For me, it was a little difficult, and so I kind of ran with it and decided to, in the spirit of our bracket madness week, do a little kind of, I guess it was more like I was running through my thoughts in bracket form. And so I'm going to show you what I came up with here by turning the phone around, so hang on just for a bit. All right, here's in a nutshell what I did. I came up with 8 years that I thought, gosh, I could have all of the cards for that year and not have any other cards in my collection and be incredibly happy, so happy. And so I just kind of ran with that thought, came up with 8 years, made a little bracket, so here it is. And basically, I have it assigned, I have it set up in a 1 to 8 kind of style, but I went in oldest year to newest year. So basically, the oldest year is the number 1 seed. The most recent year, or years, and I'll explain in a second, is the number 8 seed, and it's just chronological for no other reason, just to try to figure out a way to do seeding. So as you can see, our 1-8 matchup is, we're just going to run through cards really quick, and I'll quickly just let you know the thought process. So where are my 1911s? Where are they? They are somewhere. They are somewhere. Okay, I found them. Gosh, I had them under another pile. Okay, so when I say 1911, I'm meaning T205, which truly came out in 1911, but also T206, which spanned from 09 to 11. So we're going with the 1911 year. So there's the two examples there. And then I have them going against 1963-64, only because I couldn't figure out which year to go with. And so I think you know who's probably going to win this little battle here. So that's why I just combined the two into 1 year. So let's just show an example from each set, or from each year. Here's a 63, here's a 64. And so basically, 63 has Topps and Fleer, 64 has Topps, but also the Topps stand-ups and also the Topps Giants, and those are all awesome cards. So I thought 64 was also a very possibly really interesting, good year to consider. But the 63 design is probably among my top 5 or 6 or 7 sets of all time in terms of design. So, and has great rookies. So combine those into one. But either way, 1911 wins. So 1911 moves on to the to the semifinals. So in the final 4, so to speak. Then the next matchup we have as our we're just going to go down the bracket. We had a 4-5 matchup, which is a real, just the way it turned out was a really just interesting coincidence in terms of just a really really interesting 2 years to consider. So 49, to me, we have to include Leaf in 49 because it truly is a 49 set. So it's basically 49 Leaf and 49 Bowman going up against 1952, which of course is Topps and Bowman primarily. Some regional issues out there for sure. But here are a couple of examples here. Here's a 52 Topps there. And let's see if we can get this guy up here. Here's a 52 Bowman here. So we got 49 and 52, a great 4-5 matchup, and definitely the hardest decision to make, coincidentally enough. Again, this is kind of why I ran with this bracket idea, because this particular matchup was the hardest one to decide. In the end, I went with 1949. 1949, I went with over 52, and the main reason I went with that is because I just, I love the Leaf designs. This is the only Leaf card I have so far, and I only have one other 49 Bowman so far. But it's just the 50 for 52 tops, incredible set, iconic, of course, arguably the most famous of all time. You could argue that. It's not my favorite design, and it's I realized I have not gone out of my way to buy a 52 tops high number yet. And so realizing that, I decided, maybe there's my decision right there. 49 Bowman or 49 prevails over 52 for those kinds of reasons. So 49 moves on. And the other quarterfinal matchups we had here, see how quickly I can make this video happen. 1953. We've got 1953 somewhere. I found them. I've got 8 piles of like 3 cards each lying around my desk here. So 53. I'm going to break out Jackie Robinson. We're going to break out Larry Doby from 53 Bowman Color, one of the most beautiful sets in the hobby. 53 Tops, an incredible set. And, to be honest, I like 53 Tops more than 52 Tops in terms of design. I think the images, I think the illustrations are better. I think just Tops was, kind of figuring things out even more in terms of, baseball cards. 53 Tops is an amazing set, even if it is light on rookies. It's just a fantastic set, as we all know. And 53 Bowman Color, and there's even a black and white, of course, 53 Bowman. And I have them going up against 1934. So this is a really interesting year. So 34, we're going to have... I've never paused the video more, I don't think, because of these piles of cards I just have lying around trying to figure out where my years of little stashes of cards are. But here are my 34s. So we've got, if I can keep it on, I just want to have an example of each card that I do have. So I've got a 53 Tops, 53 Bowman Color versus a 34 Diamond Star and a 34 Gaudy. And really tough matchup here. Absolutely love Diamond Stars. Of course, 34 also has the batter ups, and 34 is a fantastic Gaudy set as well. But 53 is just, in my opinion, too iconic, too many all-time greats. All-time greats, of course, in 34 too, but the Bowman Color is just it's one of the best sets, in my opinion, of all time. And so 53 gets the nod over 34. So I go with 53. They move on to the semifinals, to the Final Four. And that leaves us with one more quarterfinal. That leaves us with 1954 Tops versus 1954 versus 1933. Of course, 54 is dominated by Tops. And I'm actually just going to show a couple of Tops cards in this case. And not, I'm just going to show 3. We're going to show 3 in this one. Why not? Got 3 54 Tops. I've got a few 54 Bowmans, but I'm just going to show my Tops there. Versus 1933. Awesome matchup here. We've got that. We've also got, we'll actually take Willie off of here. Leave the rookies up. We've also got represented by DeLong. So 33 is just an amazing year in the hobby. I decided I am going to put up a Bowman example here. Let's put up a 54 Bowman as well. 54 versus 33. In the end, 54 Tops is one of my all-time favorite sets. It's my second favorite set of all time, behind 78, my first year collecting, I should say, set, as most of you know. But 33 just has too many iconic all-time great sets. Gaudy, it's got DeLong, then it's got sets that, I don't even have represented in my collection yet, but I hope to someday, like Tattoo Orbit and George C. Gosh, is it Martin? I think George C. Martin is the set. Really interesting colors in that set as well. Just fascinating cards from 1933. I think there's a book about that particular year just in baseball cards. I don't have it, but I think I came across it at some point, just perusing online. That might be something I'd want to pick up someday and check out. 1933 takes it over 1954. So let's go to our semifinals here. So that brings us to 1911 versus 1949 in one semifinal. We'll bring out another T205. We'll just keep that card up here. We'll go 1-1. So we've got another 1911 versus 1949. I don't have a great other 1949 card. It's my only other 1949 card I have. So we'll do a Yankee manager and a former Yankee. It's my only other 49 card I have. But, there's just something about the colors. The colors in 49 just... they do it for me. And, it's got players like Satchel Paige. You can get Satchel Paige in 1949. You can get 2 Jackie Robinson rookies, essentially, in 1949. Sort of like considered... the Leaf is considered a rookie. The Bowman is sort of on the fence because the Leaf's now considered a 49. So you can get 2 Robinsons. But there's also, Berra from 49, second year. Campanella rookie, 49 Bowman. Just amazing cards. And, I just love the colors. 1911, amazing year in the hobby in terms of cards. And but in the end, I'm going with 49. 49 for me takes it over 1911. So 1949 is one of the finalists for a year I'd have to consider if I could only have 1 year's of cards. 49 is one of those years that I would think about. Very, very hard. Let's see what the other year they're going to go up against. It's 53 versus 33. 53 versus 33. Speaking of Campanella, let's put Campy up there. And then 33, where's my other 33 I took out? Here it is right here. I don't have too many cards from 33 yet, but I hope to add a few more as we go. But, again, I'm going back to the colors. Gaudy has so many interesting, fascinating colors, just vibrant colors that they use in the set, along with a lot of cool illustrations, background kind of artwork. But the solid color portraits like this, like Charlie Grimm here, that kind of pulls me in, and it pulled me in into 54 tops in a big way. One of the reasons why I loved collecting that set. It's one of the reasons why I love 49 Bowman. It's a big reason why I like 33 Gaudy as well, a decent amount, and liking it even more. As great as 53 tops and Bowman are, 53 Bowman's an amazing set. In the end, I'm going with 1933 on this one. And so, yeah, 1933, it's just an iconic year. Too many incredible sets to overlook. And, my hope is to pick up a Tattoo Orbit sometime this year. I've been shopping around a little bit for one. I've got one in mind that this might be in my budget, and I came up a little short on it in a recent auction on REA. Hope to pick it up maybe later this year if I find another good example of one of those cards that it's not a Hall of Famer, but it's a really cool name in baseball. And it's just a cool card overall. So I do hope to add a Tattoo Orbit later this year, perhaps. But let's get to our final. Our final is 1949 versus 1933. We'll just put the 2 big cards up again. So here's our 49s. Where are our big 33s? Where's our big 33s here? Just had Grimm up there. Oh, they're here somewhere. Here they are. The ones I took out. 33. Got Leo DeRocher. Pepper Martin from the Gas House Gang. Leo. Both Cardinals here, as it turns out. A couple of Gas House Gang members here in our final for 33. Who would you take? What year of these two would you pick? I don't think you can lose either way. I don't think you can lose. If you had to give up every other card in your collection, I mean, yeah, you won't have Mickey Mantle. I won't have Mickey Mantle in this little scenario, but I have I have three Mantles, but he's not the main player I seek out in my collecting journey. There's one right now. There's one player now. Now that I've picked up some Joe DiMaggio here in the last like 6 to 12 months. There is one player that stands out to me. There are several players, but one that really stands out to me, who's I don't have a playing days card of, and that I would just absolutely love to have someday. That is Satchel Paige, and he's got an incredible card in 49 Bowman. And so, if I were to ever pick up a Satchel Paige, it would probably be the 53 tops, purely from an affordability standpoint. But this, that doesn't factor into this. So, again, two Jackie Robinson, Satchel Paige, Berra. I think Gil Hodges rookies in that year. There's just, I mean, and I like, that it's spanning the full scope of the game's best players, and by that I mean post integration. So, that I can't overlook that piece either in terms of just I'm getting the best of the game at that particular time as well. And as incredible of a year 1933 is in baseball cards, in the end, my choice is 1949. 1949 would be the year, if I could have only 1 year's worth of, or have every card from that year in my collection and no others, 49 would be it. And it was a tough decision actually to make. And so it was kind of fun running through this little bracket idea in my head. So shout out to Mike for planting the seed there with the little question he posed out to us. It was fun to kind of think about. So yeah, good luck to everyone in their March Madness basketball brackets. And yeah, with that, I will see you all in the next video. Take care.